Jason Matias, and this is my report. Global governance. This picture illustrates the meaning of global governance with the world on top and the people below. Global governance. Global governance perspective seeks the examining gaps in the international system for managing complex issues and to engage stakeholders and on practical steps for collective problem solving. It pays particular attention to informing successful multilateral negotiations on creating or reforming global institutions, and to engaging more effectively new transnational actors from the private sector and civil society. Ini-aim ng global governance na mahanap at mapunan ang mga pagkukulang sa international system. Napalagan din ito ang pandaigdigang negosasyon na nagmimithi ng kaayusan para sa karamihan. Number 2. In summary, global governance is essential but fragmented, complex and little understood. In this context, the key questions raised by the global challenges foundation are how to reform institutions, how to develop alternative institutions, and how to use the new possibilities of technology to improve governance. Ibig sabihin, ang naman nun, sa mga tuwid, kailangan ang global governance, yun nga lamang, ito ay komplikado, kaya hindi madaling intindihin. Nabanggit na may mga hamon din itong kinaharap. That's all for my part. Thank you.
The nation-state, national social group linked through commerce, culture, language, or territorial contiguity. National identity, a fluid and dynamic form of collective identity. Members of the community believe that they are different from other groups. Nationalism is the doctrine and or political movement that seek to make the nation the basis of a political culture, structure, especially a state. State organization structure outside other socio-economic heritage with relative autonomous office holders. Nation, state integrate subgroup that define themselves as a nation with the organizational structure of the state.
Humanity is facing a range of severe risks and challenges that call for effective goals and action. To manage the risks, we need institutions that allow us to take and implement collective decisions on a global level in a way that takes the interests of all into account. The current international system has unfortunately proved unable to cope with the most pressing global issues in the acceptance way. Throughout history, several writers have designed and proposed models of global governance. So in this case po is sa panahon po natin ngayon, marami po tayong kinakaharap na problema, lalo na po sa ating global economy. So para po maaprobahan or maayos to, kailangan po natin ng mga tao na magtuturo sa atin kung paano kumuha or input ng mga global decisions na makakatulong sa ating economy. Yan
global governance democracy. In the 21st century, humanity is facing a range of severe risks and challenges that call for effective global action. To manage this risk, we need institutions that allow us to take and implement collective decisions on a global level in a way that takes the interests of all into account. The current international system has unfortunately provided unable to cope with the most pressing global issues in an acceptable way throughout history. Several writers have decided proposed models of global governance. The short paper presents only a small sample of these ideas. Magnus Gibor, researcher at London School of Economics, is the author of global governance model in the history for the Global Challenges Foundation, available for download in Arabic, Mandarin, English, French, Spanish, Swedish, and Russian. Thank you.
Global governance participation and the public sphere. We argue that democratization of global governance will ultimately depend upon the creation of an appropriate public sphere that connects decision-making process with transnational constituency. The emergence of such a public sphere will require more transparency in the international organizations as well as institutional settings in which policymakers respond to stakeholders' concerns. Organized civil society plays a key role by exposing global rulemaking to public scrutiny and bringing citizens' concerns onto the agenda. We illustrate the prospects and difficulties of building a transnational public sphere with the example of the WTO, or World Trade Organization.
Global Governance Programming. The Global Citizenship Research Area explores core question of democracy